Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody's okay, ready for Christmas and all that. So, dun, 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 on January, wait, not January, December 6th, um, A Gallo released a new format in which they are selling their watercolors. And I was like super excited. And yeah, so I thought I would share what I got with you guys. Um, I placed an order from them, I think it was less than a week ago. I mean, I think it was only like 4 or 5 days ago, and I received it today, which is great. Today is the 16th, so I think I placed the order on the 9th or the 10th, something like that. Anyway, but I think so A Gallo watercolors are out of, they're handmade watercolors, um, made on, I would say, a rather large scale at this point. I mean, they're definitely not making watercolors in their living room, or the kitchen, because they are pretty well known at this point, and I think they have definitely, um, become more popular. And as that has happened, I think they've ramped up their production. So anyway, but still considered a handmade watercolor. And anyway, so a collection of I've got a collection of their half pans. And a couple years ago, I purchased 3 sets from them, three 24 color sets. I got the signature set, the classic set, and the natural set. So altogether, what's that? 72 colors, something like that. Is that right? 48? Yeah, I think. Anyway, however many it is, that's how many I got. And then at one point, I think I ordered a couple of replacement color or extra colors or replacement color, something like that. I got the gold, and for some reason I thought I didn't have the Viridian, so I ordered the Viridian and I think maybe the titanium white or something, or the gray. I think the slate gray I didn't have. Anyway, so at that point, a couple years ago, I basically had all of the colors that they manufactured. And they have come out with new colors since then. Um, and they've also started producing full pan in the same colors, full pans. So anyway, their products are not cheap, but I'm telling you, they are amazing. And I've decided, I'm just going to use them. I'm going to use them. I'm going to stop feeling precious about them. And uh, they're my favorite. They really are my favorite. I don't have, I only have a few colors of like Daniel Smith. I've got quite a few M. Graham, um, Holbein, some other like professional quality watercolors, but for real, like the A Gallo colors are top notch, just amazing. So, like, they're so highly pigmented that, and they re-wet so easily. It's like, I mean, you can just swipe the pan and you've got a brush full of color, and they're just amazing. So they are um they are made with a certain amount of honey, and I believe they also use a little bit of glycerin. They use a rosemary essential oil as an antifungal in all their watercolors. So it's really nice when you wet them because you just get this really gentle scent of rosemary, which is completely unique. Um, anyway, so beautiful handmade watercolors, handmade in Assisi, Italy. And anyway, so what I was trying to say is that I think they have a distribution center um, in the United States, because I don't think that. that they could have gotten here as quickly as they did if they didn't. So, and the origination address is in Maine. So, and they were shipped priority mail. So there you go. Obviously, they have a distributor. I know that Jackson's sells them. So it could be that, orders placed on the A Gallo Colors website. It's agallocolors.com. In case you're wondering, I'll put a link in the description. But I think that they may have partnered with Jackson's somehow to distribute for them in the States specifically. So anyway, so you guys want to see what I got? So I have some colors that are obviously some of my favorites that have been running low. And I'm so glad that I waited to replace these because I was able to find a lot of them in tubes. And so I think they released 52 colors in 10 mil tubes. And I think all of their colors are now available in full pans. So they as far as pricing goes, the half pans, I mean, maybe range from like 11 to $16, something like that. And then the full pans are somewhere between like 12, 13 and 20 or something. I don't know, depending on the pigment. I know like the Yinmin blue and the lapis lazuli and some of the other more rare pigments are quite expensive. So anyway, just the fact that they released some of these colors that I use a lot in tubes, it was mind blowing. Anyway, so the cost on the tubes was actually pretty reasonable considering what they sell pans for. Now, I understand that, a pan has been dried down, so it's much more concentrated than what you get in a watercolor tube and all that. But it's just so nice that, those colors that I love, that I use all the time, are now available in tubes, so I can just refill my half pans. Ugh, I guess I could have just got to that immediately. Anyway, so they always have such nice packaging. I'm really glad they sent one of these little boxes. So they had sets um that they released on the 6th of December, but I think most of them sold out. I'm not sure if all of them did, but um there's a big sold out sign on it. So anyway, so I just picked out specific colors that I wanted, and there were 7 colors that I did not have that I wanted. So I got those, and then I also picked up, so I got some replacement colors, and I also added 7 colors. And then they also are going to be manufacturing iridescent colors, which is super, super exciting. Yay. Anyway, so I bought one of their dot cards, and look at the size of that dot card. Isn't that crazy? Um, yeah, so 10 colors of iridescence. There's a perylene green, iridescent perylene green, iridescent moonlight, orchid. Yeah, so anyway, so I'll swatch those. And then, of course, there's a little info card about their company, a little business card about their company, a thank you. And then they sent along also a pretty much normal size dot card with 3 colors. This was a example of their quinacridone fall color. So quinacridone gold, magenta, and chestnut. The only one that I don't have is the chestnut. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. So we'll look at that too. And then I also bought one of their color charts so that I could, just see it in person, and I can go ahead and like write on it and mark off the ones that I have, add it to my binder and that kind of thing. So yeah. Anywho, so these are the colors I got. Let's look in here first. So the quinacridone magenta, which is a replacement for me, and then the perylene maroon. This is a new color for me. And perylene green, that's a new color for me. And Notturno is a replacement, a refill color, I should say. Payne's Gray is also a refill. And this is a new color, Cosmos Orange. This one was pricey, I will say, but I love orange. I'm like an orange. I'm a freak about orange. Anyway, so that's a new color for me. Indigo green, that's a new color. Pietra Rosa is a new color for me. Logwood Violet, also a new color for me. And Ultramarine Turquoise, a new color for me. And then so there only 10 fit in the little box. So then there's 3 more in this little guy. Quinacridone Violet, which is a refill for me. I went ahead and got a tube of the Roman Black Earth, even though I really didn't need a refill of it, but it is pure PBK 11, which is great because I've just been obsessed with making granulating colors and mixes and stuff lately. So I got that, even though I also ordered some Turner's Mars Black. I got a few tubes of that's on the way because it was like $4.99. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get it. So I got a few tubes of that and a couple other colors on the way from Jerry's of Turner's colors. They had a alizarin crimson. They're 15 mil tubes too, which is really nice. So I won't feel like, you know, skimpy on using them in mixes because what I really like to do is use a lot of my tube colors that I have in tubes, and um, mix up, you know, pans of like full pans of granulating watercolors that I can use as convenience colors. So anyway, that's down the road. And then transparent cerulean is also a refill for me. So I got 7 new colors. Yay! So I can refill these pans that have big divots in them. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then I also wanted to show you guys a couple of things that I thought were pretty exciting. Like I said, I've been really wanting to mix a bunch of my own granulating watercolors. And so I wanted to use like larger pans and even bigger than just like full size pans, you know. So I had actually quite a while ago picked up a bunch of these little plastic containers off of Amazon, and just perfect size. They're like 2 by 2 inches, and I have um put all of my Schminke super granulating colors in these, and I just want to say these are great because you can use a really big brush, you can spray water in them really easily, and get to the color really easily without damaging your brushes. So, um, so anyway, yeah, so that's kind of how I have all my Schminke super granulating colors. And I also picked up, and these, these have had some wishy-washy kind of reviews over the last few years. And I did watch some reviews, but some were good, some were bad, some were crazy. Not crazy, but just like, whoa, surprising crazy. Um, the Lightwish supervision granulating watercolors. They call them layered watercolors. And the older reviews were the scary ones because I think at that time, Lightwish was manufacturing these watercolors with dyes as the staining color in the granulating mixes. And the reds that they were using apparently were extremely fugitive and were just disappearing. Like even in the tube, they were disappearing. And so a couple of the reviewers that I watched had recommended panning them as soon as you get them so that you can try to avoid that. Obviously, if that was the case and they were using dyes, we wouldn't want to use those in works for sale or, things like that because of the, fugitive color issue with using dyes. But then more recent reviews have shown that they they have replaced those dyes with actual pigments. So now they've improved the product. And I took a chance and ordered a set of the 15 colors that they make from the Lightwish website. They were hard to find. These were not easy to find. Well, I mean, it wasn't that hard to find. I just went to the Lightwish website, but I'm just saying, like, you couldn't really find them on any of the like art supplier websites or Amazon or anything like that. At least not in the 15 color set. So you have to get them directly from Lightwish, which it took about 3 weeks to get here because they come from China. So anyway, I was pretty happy with them. Like, I mean, I looked at the pigments. I even like looked up the pigments on, forget what the website is where you can actually identify pigments based on the pigment code. You can see, what it is and what it's used in and that kind of stuff. And all the pigments that I saw in any of these were legit. So I'm just going to say that I'm pretty happy with the way that they granulate. And let me just show you a few of these. So this is the Rubia Indigo. Sorry about my lighting, guys. I know it's really annoying. It's nighttime and I'm doing my best. I've got the auto white balance on and it's annoying. Anyway, so you can see that they split really nicely. This is the lotus leaf color. This is spring bud. Yeah, this is not great lighting. This one is my favorite. This is the red navy. And it's just crazy how the red has split out of it. Anyway, so pretty happy with those. And I just put the whole tube into one of these little containers and then let them dry until they felt, you know, pretty dry. So I've got those now. So there's 15 colors. And I'll put a link in the description to those little containers if anybody's interested. And then, so on my granulating watercolor mix kind of journey, I've wanted to pick up this set of Mission Gold, the Mijello tubes because a lot of them are single pigment colors and they're just really nice. Like the colors are super vibrant. I've seen quite a few reviews on them and they just always get really good feedback. So I just I just got them because again, I want to start mixing some granulating colors, some granulation mixes, and have those panned so that I can use them, from a palette and not have to mix the color each time. So that's kind of the goal. So I'm trying to collect um, colors in tubes that I can use to make those mixes in, proportions that will work down the road. So anyway, so I got this set, and yeah, so I've swatched them out and everything. If you guys want me to swatch all this stuff out at some point, I would be more than happy to. I know I said I would swatch these, but I think this might wind up being a little bit too long. I think I'll just go ahead and do it in another video if anybody's interested in seeing. So, but it was really cool when um I forgot to tell you when I got the um did this come from? Yeah. When I got the Supervision watercolors, they also sent me this little guy, this um, little binder with some of their watercolor paper in it, which I thought was really nice. So there's like 20 sheets in there, and it's got a little loop for, holding a brush or a pen or something. So I thought that was pretty cool that they included that. Um, anyway, so for the Mission Gold, I bought these to use in granulation mixes, but I also wanted to have them in a palette, and so I decided I wanted to use larger pans. And because again, I'm kind of that school where I don't really like the little half pans. I like a larger pan. So and I didn't have any more of the full pans, and even the full pans are a little bit small. Um, but there's a palette that I've seen a couple of artists using, that has like really big square pans, and I can't remember what it's called, but when I found it on Amazon, it's like $70 and it only holds like 12 colors. And I was like, it's made out of bamboo. Can't remember the name of the maker, the manufacturer, but anyway, that's way more than I want to spend on a palette. So I was just looking at other options, and I really, really like the little art toolkits. I like the idea of the art toolkits, and so I had seen something that was kind of like a knockoff of the art toolkit. And what it was a makeup palette. And I think it just came up on my Amazon or something. Anyway, it was a makeup palette, and it had different size little pans that are intended for makeup. So I was like, huh, let's go down that rabbit hole. Anyway, so I found on Amazon these it just has a magnetic sheet on the bottom. Um, it was a pack of 3 of them for like $20. And then, whoa, don't want to set that on there. And then you can get separate pans. And if you search up empty makeup pans or something like that on Amazon, a lot of them are round. You'll find a lot of round ones. Um, there is one listing for, it's like a combo pack of different shapes, different sizes. Um, and I didn't know for sure if I would need that, so I didn't order that, but I did get these 1-inch ones. So these are just 1-inch. Um, they are reactive to magnets, so they must be steel. And yeah, so 1-inch. So I think it was a pack of like 56 of them for like $9.99. So I ordered those, and they fit. It won't fill this up completely, like I wind up with like a 3/4 inch gap right here. So I went back to that other listing that had the combo pack, and they have some that are like 3/4 inch by 1 inch. So I ordered those, and that was like $12 for like 100 different size pans. Anyway, I was just super excited about this because this is how I think this is going to be great. And this is where I would like to start putting those mixes. Like if I make up a whole bunch of different granulation mixes, I want to have them maybe in these. Because that way they're all in one palette. I'm still happy with the idea of these because these aren't colors that you would necessarily want to like mix with with each other. These are kind of like these are colors that you sort of want to just use on their own. Otherwise you just don't get the same effect, right? So I'm fine with having these as single colors, but I plan to go crazy with this mixing of different colors. And so I would like to have all of my granulating mixes that I make in these little pans. Anyway, so, and then also I think I saw Lindsay, Frugal Crafter Lindsay. She actually got, I think she used like shelf liner, just like white shelf liner, and on the inside of one of her palettes. And so that's what I ordered some, and I think I'm gonna put that on the inside of this lid and see how it works. So yeah, either that or I could actually paint it maybe with white watercolor ground and then spray it to seal it or something. I don't know. But I did that actually with this little guy. This was the super granulating watercolors that I got in tubes, one of the sets. Um, and I just painted it with acrylic paint and then sprayed it with triple thick spray, clear coat. I did like 2 or 3 coats of it and made this into a little portable palette so that I can mix paint. Anyway, so I just thought this was great. I just love the idea of this makeup palette. Anyway, so these are the Mission Gold colors, and I just made one, palette of each one. These are some little sample um, metallics from that I got as freebies. Anyway, so that's that, and that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. So what else was I going to show you guys? Oh, there's these little things that I've had for a long, long time. And because I used to do a lot of beadwork, and so I have all these little locking bead containers, and pretty much all of my beads I've just dumped into like containers like all together so they don't have to be like all separated and stuff now. Um, anyway, so I have a whole bunch of these, and I use them for findings for jump rings and clasps and all that kind of stuff. But I thought, you know what? Those might be kind of cool to use for watercolors. So that's what I did. I made up a palette of um these are pretty much all Holbein colors mixed with liquid graphite. So I made my own like graphite colors. And these are the colors. There are some M-gram colors in there too. But yeah, so those turned out really cool. If you'd like me to swatch those out, I can do that too. Just let me know in the comments anything you would like to see swatched, and I will do that for you. This was the beginning of my mixes with PDK 11 with the Mars Black that I was just mixing out of a pan, the A Gallo pan. I was mixing with some different colors and just trying to make up like a quantity of it so that I could use it in the future. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm just going to buy those colors in tubes and make like half of this thing full. Or that was before I got these. So anyway, I'm just going nutso. Just going nutso, mixing colors and playing around and finding things around the house that I can use for palettes. This is another kind of weird idea that I had. Um, these little things are also from Amazon, these little snap lid containers. And I've been using these for paint also. This is some aqua bronze that I mixed with water, and it's obviously not airtight, so it dried out, but really convenient to if you just have like a single color that you've mixed or something like that and you just want to hang on to it. These little containers are great, and these are like 1.2 inches square or something like that. Anyway, but 15 of them fit in this little pencil case. I cut the lid off of the bottom, off of the base, and then kind of trimmed it down, trimmed the hinge part down with an X-Acto, and made these little palettes, little palette cups. And they just fit perfect in this pencil case, again, from Amazon. And yeah, so that was kind of cool. Anyway, so just all kinds of things. I have a video, I have plans for a video of art tools that are not art tools that I would like to show you guys. So I'm making a list of all the stuff that I think, people would appreciate. So anyway, so that's my new watercolors and plans for playing with them in the future. And yeah, so if you guys want to see me swatch out, I could actually swatch out all of my A Gallo colors if that's something, anybody's interested in seeing. Leave a comment and we can do that. Maybe on a live stream or something. That might be kind of fun. But yeah, so I'm going to pan up my new colors. I'm going to top up my old colors with new color, and I think I might make a new swatch card because I'm gonna have to put these pans in my palette and rearrange everything. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, yeah, new A Gallo color, new to me colors, and I think some of these are new to them too, but at least within the last year or so. And but A Gallo in tubes, it rocks. I'm just saying. I love it. Okay? So that is awesome. Anyway, okay, that's it. I love you guys. Bye for now.